Hello, friends. Welcome to Crescent Times, the home of diaspora stories on culture, identity, motherhood, and womanhood.
I have some questions for you.
Okay, go on.
So this is, sometimes I watch this Super Soul Sunday. Do you watch Super Soul Sundays?
Not as often, but I've caught some episodes of it. Yes.
So she asks these questions sometimes at the end, which are like, she calls them soul to soul. So this is for you to fill in the blank. I feel the presence of God when. Finish the sentence.
I feel the presence of God when I am still. I would say when I'm still. I would say when I am still when I'm my most common moments of stillness are in the morning, because then I do try to get my mind right, get ready for the day, and set that intention of going into the day with the best of connection to God as I possibly can, right?
Yes. Yes. I
I
experienced.
also
You said you also what?
I also feel stillness when because you see, in the morning it's easy to be still. Then because I'm alone in my room, I can
No
the
distraction.
physical and the inside, yes, kind of matches. But when I'm in my day, I also try to do or find moments of stillness. So even in a conversation, I can be still if I focus on my breathing. And that way, I then, it kind of stops my mind from either trying to think of how to answer the person, whatever discussion we might be having, or trying to make plans and all this. It then brings me back to there. And then I can remember to invite God into this moment as well.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That is so
Yes.
beautiful. I experience love when?
Oh, I experience love when I think the most is when I'm doing things for others, no matter how big or small. I feel like I'm still in the stage where I associate love still with a connection with others of some sort. So it can be sharing a hug with someone. It can be leaving your children a video note.
That
It can
so
be
good.
it can be, yeah, doing something small of service, even helping, like some like one of the poor underprivileged people that you see on the streets. um yeah, if I of service to someone in some way, then I think that's when I experience love.
And what's so interesting is, especially during this time when during social distancing, it's been very difficult to have those physical moments together. So when you said that sharing these acts of service, like leaving voice messages or video messages for my children, I really felt that, because that is a way of experiencing and showing love. And we obviously, because this is how you meant for it to be. I mean, we felt it so deeply. So it's such an encouraging thing to hear, because during this time we need to accept love in different ways, and maybe explore different ways of giving and receiving love.
This is so true.
What is the biggest obstacle to peace together, like in your self?
Oh, that's a big one. The biggest obstacle that I find. Okay, so this one touches on I suppose my mental health, and say my personality and growth, trying to piece all those together, right? In my to try and merge all these things so that like to understand them, and then yet to learn that these other tools and skills that I have in my arsenal that can help me cope and live better with these things. Um, that's an interesting um, dynamic to try and piece together, because I do find when I look back, then I do have seasons where I swing from extreme to extreme, where it's been everything is going good, yeah, that's great, life is good, and then when it goes bad, oh, everything is very bad, like total catastrophizing, I think is the word.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of get in that middle, like, okay, yes, you know what, life is good right now, but it doesn't stay always so good. And then when it's really bad, it doesn't always stay so bad. And then you don't have to let the suffering go on for longer than it has to. So I suppose it's also a matter of age. I think that also helps. And I think the state of this world that we're in with this pandemic has also accelerated some of these learning curves and learning processes.
Gosh, this is so accelerated them.
Yeah. So just to update, we have the national park in Nairobi, because it's so awesome that Nairobi can brag to have such a beautiful and unique uh, phenomenon in its boundaries, within its boundaries, and yet we want to do away with this thing that is so, like, it sets us apart, and it's such a beautiful thing to behold. It's so nice to be in the park itself.
Yes.
Luckily, there's a petition that has been signed to stop any such more progress, and I think they've got the number of signatures that they were looking for. So I hope that it can be presented to Parliament, and hopefully a real motion can be, it can be official that we should stop
Absolutely
trying to increase the park. Yes, but yes, those were, that really also, that captured our imagination. Really, it did, didn't
Oh,
it?
yes. Now, I have one last thing to share with you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, and this is how I'm going to ask it. Let me share the screen.
Nice.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, did you see my accent? Here you go.
Yes. Let's hear this.
I need a good wife, pray to God. I need a good husband, pray to God. Yeah. Are you single?
I thought I would share that with you.
Lizzie, you're so funny. How many times have you listened to that? I saw you singing along. You know the words.
Listen to this. Now, how do I get you back, though? Oh my gosh. I love the a cappella. It's this Ugandan band.
I've seen several clips of theirs going around. I appreciate that they keep their little accent. The Ugandan accent is there. It's God. Oh gosh. Well done for finding someone to ask the question for you.
Because I'm sure some listeners will be like, this Ceri, what? This Ceri.
Guys,
say mon chéri.
We'll put my Instagram in the link below, and then you can drop me some DMs. When it's up and running. I can confirm right now that yes, it would be nice. Yes, I am single. Yes, it would be nice to be in a relationship. But I release the outcome, or the expectation of what the outcome I want.
That's very beautiful. That's really, I think we'll probably bring it to an end. Actually, it's a really good place to bring it to an end. But I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Ceri, so much.
Lizzie, thank you so much. We didn't get into all the 8 limbs of the yoga, but we can touch on that another time. Yes, talking with you is definitely something we can do.
We invite you to join us in sharing stories and finding new paths to thrive in our spaces in the diaspora.